Excuse me, could you direct me to the gents? I've just shat myself.
That was one of his as well.
Yeah. So, Ben, what shall we be drinking? It's American Independence, and we think 4th of July you should have some American whiskey.
Yeah, and indeed, Tom.
Why should we have American whiskey? Because they love it. The founding fathers of America were big drinkers.
Massive drinkers. George Washington was a distiller. He brewed his own porter.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson, he was well into his wine, planted loads of vineyards all over America.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin
Big
wrote
drinker.
a dictionary about different terms for being drunk.
He did.
And windy pops.
Yeah.
What to...
Head full of bees, that was one of his, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Richard has taken off his considering cap.
That was another one he wrote. Yeah.
Excuse me, could you direct me to the gents? I've just shat myself.
That was one of his
as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have bourbon, and for people who don't know,
what's the difference between bourbon and Scottish whiskey, Tom?
I
know the answer.
You do know the answer, but thank you for teeing me up. So bourbon is American whiskey and has to be made with a minimum of 51% corn in the mash bill. The mash bill is all the different grains they use. So in terms of Scotch whiskey, they're going to use malted barley. But in American whiskey, because it's been made in Kentucky where corn was more prevalent, I suppose, they would be using corn, which makes it a bit sweeter.
Yeah.
A lot of corn, but they also use rye and malted barley in the mash bill as well.
And rye would make it more spicy. Lovely spicy tone to it as well. So it's a nice combination, nice balance to it.
Just lovely. It's all right neat, but you can use it in a Manhattan or an old fashioned as well.
Yeah.
Great American classic cocktails. And this is what the sort of thing they would have been drinking.
Well, the reason America got their independence was, and we can explain this in another video, was that the British started taxing their booze essentially, and they didn't like that. It was the final straw. But the 55 men that drew up the Constitution in a tavern in Philadelphia got absolutely hammered, didn't they?
They did.
Their bar tab was massive.
Yeah.
They drank 54 bottles of Madeira.
Yeah.
60 bottles of claret.
Yeah. They had about 8 bottles of whiskey. They had 8 bottles of hard cider as well on there.
12 beers, and then they had 7 bowls of alcoholic punch that were so big that ducks could swim in them.
Yeah, the bill must have been massive, Ben.
Yes, they got absolutely mullard.
I cannot believe you did that one. That's bad.
Ducks.